Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Aniza binti Abdulghani. I'm from Group 2. Now, I will explain about strategies to control the nutritional changes in irradiation spices. Spices is a dry plant material that comes from either fruit, seed, root, or bark, used for coloring, seasoning, or preserving the foods. It can be distinguished from the herbs and being dried and also can act as antioxidant. The flavors of the spices can be created by using mixture of spices that will give strong flavor. Actually, the aroma and flavor of the spices come from essential oils that come out during cooking because the cell wall has been ruptured. So, because of the spices have in dry conditions, so it's suitable to use for irradiation technique. So food irradiation is a process of exposing food to ionizing radiation such as gamma rays emitted from the radioisotope copper and Cs, or high energy electrons, and X-rays produced by machine source. The process was well proven to be safe that used many applications by using ionizing radiation to destroy harmful biological organisms in foods. Various effects can be achieved, such as it can reduce storage losses, extend the shelf life, and improve microbiological and parasitological safety of food, depending on the absorbed dose of radiation in the food. This method usually used for spices and vegetable seasoning because this product in dry condition, as I told just now, and it will not change physical properties of the food because it uses the gamma ray. The principle or mechanism of irradiation is an ionizing particle of a targeted cell organelle for selective irradiation. We disclose such mechanism as signal translation among cell organelle and cell-to-cell communication in the process toward an endpoint observed. The mechanism of the food irradiation is microbial contaminants, including spoilage organisms, will destroy through radiation by the partial or total inactivation of the genetic material of the living cell. The effect either direct on DNA or through the production of the radicals and ions that attack DNA. The primary effect produced by energetic electrons which emanate from the source of produced through Compton scattering, a method. For the process of irradiation will conduct under control to avoid any undesirable condition from happening. The process realized by using a programmable logic control system, and if abnormal situation happen during the process, irradiator will automatically turn off an alarm and audio system will be activated to control to any incident from occur. During radiation occur, it will breaking the chemical bond that called radiolysis that will produce unstable reactive products that are subsequently produced stable end product. Outcome of the product also affected by temperature and physical state of the spices. The researcher has proved that gamma irradiation at the dose of 10 kGy, which maximum safe dose, can eliminate microbial load of spices without causing any significant organoleptic or chemical alteration. Gamma irradiation at 10 kGy also and microwave treatment also did not affect the antioxidant property of the essential oils. Irradiation enhanced the UV absorption of aqueous extracts of spices, but the darkening phenomenon of spices due to irradiation was temporary. Nutritional content on spices that have been irradiation and not undergo irradiation might not change, but the shelf life between two spices might be different. Irradiation spices have a long shelf life compared to no-irradiation spices because the microorganisms have been destroyed during the radiation process. The thermal treatment of black pepper using 130 Celsius hot dry steam for 4 minutes can cause a significant increase in the monoterpenes content. This one of the example of the spices, which is black pepper. So this might be occurred because the formation is thermal isomerization products of some terpenes. But the result for volatiles by using various doses irradiation up to 30 kGy shows that no significant differences between irradiated and non-irradiated sample. Antioxidant property of essential oils did not affected by the gamma irradiation. The storage also important to avoid nutritional loss of the spices. During the analysis conducted on the red pepper powder when irradiated at 18 kGy, no obvious effect on the content of aflatoxin B1, but amount of terpenes have reduced by 3%. So this shows that the terpene have been reduced because of the storage technique. So overall, irradiation will not affect the nutritional content on the spices. Basically, the spices have not undergone nutritional losses too much because it contains stable compound. The strategies to control nutritional changes. One of the researchers have found that the pungency decreased a lot during storage, but it could well prevent by storing in aluminium foil bag. During treatment, amount of doses should not be high from the suggestion doses that provided by food safety. The rules should be followed to prevent other effects from happening. The rules have been provided to make the product have not undergo any toxicity or undesirable things. So, for storage, the spices can keep in airtight container and cool place to avoid from losing flavonoid due to exposed to the high temperature and light. Uh, Research have been done to control nutritional changes in curry powder, which is curry powder have been fortified with natron and ferrum 111 to improve especially for female in hemoglobin. As we know, hemoglobin contain more ferrum. So if we do not have or consume enough ferrum, so our body cannot produce enough hemoglobin in our body, so it can affect our health. So this fortification we use to provide iron for our body, especially who do not have enough nutrient in their body, and for production of hemoglobin in the body. As a conclusion, spices irradiation has been shown to be safe for the consumer and effective processing to control the microbial growth in the spices without adverse side effects and chemical residues that can be used to improve the safety of spices supply. Scientists or food engineering responsible to give and education to the consumer for them to understand about the irradiation, which it will give benefit to improve our health. With this technique, the spices also can be exported all around the world and fulfill the consumer needed. So, for as a consumer, we do not have to afraid to consume the spices because it have been generally have been undergo experiment or any other analysis to make sure the product will not give harm to our health. So if it will harm to our health, so the food safety will not release the spices on to the consumer. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you. This is references for the assignment. Thank you.